the Arts Programme Manager at Arts SU, and this is Renters. So this is the first time the Arts Programme team have collaborated with our research and policy team to essentially bring out the important research that's been done on this occasion to do with student accommodation and the standards that they're living with and what they're needing to kind of put up with. We did an open call to all students at UAL. We even invited recent graduates to this exhibition as well, and the applications came flooding in. Sadly, obviously a theme that resonates with a lot of students and recent graduates. So a selection process was made with an independent panel, and I think it's amazing, like the quality of work that's been picked, but also the messaging that's come through. It's really poignant to kind of like see the situations, the stories that the students have to tell about their accommodation.
I'm Aisling, I'm Exhibitions Coordinator for Arts SU, UAL Student Union. I was involved in the curation of the exhibition along with the Arts Programme team. We worked with 14 students from a range of courses and colleges across UAL and also some recent graduates for this exhibition. We went to the exhibition to reference students who are renting and the students' voices that were put into the report that Arts SU did last year on private renting. Over 300 students responded to the report, and this research shows the conditions of student renting in London.
It's been really eye-opening as well reading the report, just to see the kind of effects that it can have on students, the physical effects, but also the effects it has on their mental health and how that is affecting also their studies. And I think it's something a lot of people, particularly in London, can relate to in their living conditions, and it's a really important time to highlight that. And this is a great exhibition and a great way to do it.
So I'm one of the sabbatical officers. I'm a second year returning officer. A lot of my work has been around housing, specifically the student housing crisis. I think in terms of renting, the biggest challenge for students at UAL, because they're in London, is the rental prices. I myself, as a postgraduate student, lost my lovely house in Archway in January due to almost 50% rental increase, which I can't afford. If I'm one of the highest paid sabbatical officers in the UK and I can't afford rent in the city where I study, I don't understand how students are supposed to be able to. I want to highlight that this is such an important topic for us. I mean, I know one of the artists in this personally because we worked together when I lost my house. I was her model and her subject, and to then have our work interlink. So in I think 3 different ways now, including this exhibition, just shows that there's such a need for this work to be done, but also for it to be visualised.
I graduated in 2021, and I'm showing this project. It's a collaborative project with Marta, and it's about expats, immigrants that moved to London before Brexit, and they're now struggling a lot with the rent increase.
We contacted people on social media asking if they wanted to be part of the project, and the main idea is that we want to show how bad the conditions are right now for renting in London.
The inspiration is coming from my personal renting experience in London, and I faced a lot of difficulty. Also, the money is something I had to worry about, and then I realized this something not just happened to me, but so many people around me.
I think it's the way that it kind of began for me, because I moved here from Hong Kong, and then I was investigating the idea of living in a borrowed space, like essentially you're a tenant, like you leave behind traces of your presence when you're gone, when you're away from the space. And then I left the house I'd lived in all my life in Hong Kong, and then all of that was left was just my memory of it, and just the little things that made me kind of take note of what it felt like to kind of live in a space that I knew wasn't going to be mine any longer in maybe a year or so.
So we have worked with members of the Arts Students Union and our amazing sabbatical officer team to create a really packed event programme for this exhibition as well. So on Monday we are hosting the student housing crisis, what we need from the general election. The sabbatical officers are going to be joined by the NUS, the University of Housing Advice and Generation Rent, and they're going to be talking about their experience of the housing crisis and working with young people affected by it, lobbying the government for more. A really great panel discussion, an open roundtable discussion to hopefully get as much input from the audience as possible. On Wednesday we're hosting Coupe de Cake, a housing workshop. It's for people who have struggled to know what to do and how to act with the issues that they've experienced with their housing. It will be, participants will be encouraged to decorate cakes while listening and sharing their experience of housing. This one is really kindly led by the Camberwell College citizens so that people can learn more about the local and London-wide housing campaigns that people can get involved with. And then on Thursday we have a Be Your Own Landlord event. Again, kind of giving the power back to the students with this one, knowing what their rights are. And on Friday we are hosting Fight for Home, a shelter meet and greet. Really kindly, Shelter will be joining us for the whole afternoon to talk about the rental crisis and your housing rights. So it's open to the general public and students at UAL. Really, we'll have a representative from Shelter. He'll be giving a short talk just to introduce what Shelter's mission is, but then the rest of the afternoon is there for people to ask questions and learn more about their rights in the private renting sector. It's been amazing to work with the Arts SU to turn a report into a kind of physical exhibition. So just really proud of everyone who's taken part, both the students and the team, to kind of make it reality.